Welcome to Fantasy Smack Talk. Dustin sitting here at Nameco. This is going to be your catcher rankings and tiers show. Before we get into it, like we've been saying in all our other shows, we got March Madness on our site this year. So go ahead and log in, sign up. Should be a good time. Brent, kick off tier 1.
First, I can't believe I opened up with one of those things. Joe Mauer, our #1 catcher here. Obvious reasons. I mean, this guy played great last year. Has been great his entire career, basically. You know, he got that huge contract and was a little bit down last year, but still, overall, he's our #1 catcher. But on his heels, 1B really, is Buster Posey. When this kid finally came up and started playing in the bigs, he was on a tear. I mean, 18 home runs and only 400 at-bats, and plus he has first base eligibility as well. 1A, 1B really with these two guys.
Tier 2 starts out with Victor Martinez. Solid year last year, but we just don't see him as having quite as much as upside as the guys in tier 1. But Victor should definitely still have another solid year. Moving down, kind of a surprise at #4, we got Carlos Santana in front of McCann. We really love this guy. He's going to be on everyone's sleeper list, but we think he's definitely going to live up to the hype. And then the last guy in this tier, Brian McCann. Not going to bat for the best average, but he should be able to give you those power numbers.
Tier 3 starts out with Soto. Whenever he was healthy, those power numbers were there. We expect him to hopefully be healthy this year, and those power numbers to be there again. Next, we have Wieters. This guy really hasn't lived up to the hype that he had coming into the league. With that being said, he was hyped for a reason, so he does have the upside. Then we have Montero. He was banged up last year, but whenever he did play, he showed flashes of being a very good fantasy catcher. And last in this tier is Suzuki. Had a disappointing year a season ago. With all that being said, he does have all of the skills to be a top 10 catcher.
Tier 4 for the catchers starts out with Mike Napoli. Whenever he's gotten the at-bats, he's always had the power totals, and with his new home in Texas, he should have decent RBI opportunities. Moving down, we got Jorge Posada. With him, it's always just been with the at-bats as in the last couple of years. He's going to be 40 years old this year. He's going to play a lot of DH, and if he can get 400 at-bats, look for him to have about another 20 home runs this year. Next, we got Carlos Ruiz. Not going to blow you away with his power, but anytime you can have a catcher bat over 300, you got to love that. Moving down, we got John Jaso. Not the best average, not the best power, but in 339 at-bats, he had 57 runs and 44 RBIs. That's not too shabby. And the last guy in this tier is John Buck. He's got a new home in Florida. Batted .280 last year with 20 home runs. Not bad totals for you.
Tier 5 starts off with Chris Iannetta. You know, if he gets the at-bats, he has a 20 home run potential, but don't expect the batting average to be too good. Then we have Ryan Dumit of the Pittsburgh Pirates. A little bit of a disappointing year last year, but we do think he has a little bit left in the tank. Next, we have JP Arencibia. You know, you really got to like this kid because the Blue Jays do. They shipped out John Buck, who was a 20 home run guy, to move him in as their starting catcher. And then we're going to end this tier with the 2 Yankees. Russell Martin, who's got the starting gig, but that's only for now because when Montero comes, gets called up, he's going to be the starter. He is the future catcher for the Yankees, hopefully for the long haul for all Yankees fans.
The last tier for catchers offers you a youngster with a bunch of old veterans. First guy, Josh Tolle with the Mets. He's penciled in as the starter. It's going to be his job. We think he's definitely worth a flyer in the last few rounds just to see what this young guy can do. Showed some flashes last year. Next, we got Miguel Olivo. Batted .270, 14 home runs. Nice little bonus with 7 stolen bases. But at this point in his career, don't expect him to do any better than that. Moving down, AJ Pierzynski. Same with him. He's past his prime. He can still put up decent totals for you, but don't expect a lot. At number 23, the last guy we're going to talk about is Yadier Molina. Decent average, decent RBI totals, and just like Olivo, threw in a decent amount of stolen bases for a catcher with 8. So overall, not a bad guy that you can get really late if you're desperate. And that'll do it for all the catchers. As always, check out all of our other rankings videos, and we will have the rankings up on the site, including a top 100 cheat sheet. And don't forget to get into March Madness. I'm Dustin, this is Brent. We'll catch you in the next video.